Sarah's business partner Ashish has flown in from Mumbai to celebrate the new season launch. Having opened over 55 restaurants, Ashish knows only too well that in this business you can never relax.
Tonight is the season opening party, so it's a big night for us, and we are really hoping that people come in, try the new menu, and get ready for the full season. It's really funny, when the season was first launching, the first ever launch party, I remember 2 years back walking Sarah down at the beach, right at the property, and saying, "Sarah, get ready for 800-900 people." And she's like, "You must be kidding. Like, who knows 800-900 people?" I said, "It's not a question of knowing, they will land up." And on our launch, we had about 950 people, and it was overwhelming. And now, I think second year in a row, she's like, "Bring it on," you know.
Every time, we're having a big party or anything's happening at Antares, Ashish says this ridiculous number and I always say, "No way." And then it happens. So I have no idea how many people are going to turn up tonight. I feel like every time I walk in here, I'm a little bit nervous because every day is different. So when you walk in here, there's always things that you have to combat and things that you have to look at and change. And so I definitely feel nervous, and I've spent, quite a long time just working on the menu and working with the kitchen staff and the floor staff and trying to nail the menu this season. So I feel pretty ready, but in saying that, it's, you never know what's to come and anything can be thrown in there. And but yeah, I'm feeling excited about this season. There's a good chunk of staff that are here from first season. They're just kind of part of the soul of the restaurant. They've been here since day one, and they've been through, the hard times. In the beginning, it was a brand new restaurant, and there was a lot of things that everyone had to learn, and to see them all here now, third season, is incredible. And it feels good for me because it feels like we've built a bit of culture here. The sun hasn't even gone down yet and we're fully booked, and the kitchen's just pumping out dishes, and the coyotes are all the way along the pass, and it's pretty crazy in there. But to think back to this time 2 years ago and the chaos inside to now being just like a little play inside, everything's just flowing, and yeah, absolutely amazing. So it's a pretty crazy feeling.
Sarah's menu brings inspiration from all over the world, with dishes like barbecue chicken with pomegranate salsa, pesto spaghetti and clam chowder.
Every day in the first season, I used to walk inside and just be nervous to, see what's about to happen. And now I can just kind of feel a little bit more confident that they've all got it under control. We're getting really good feedback from the new menu, and, the floor staff is amazing, and yeah, it's incredible.
With a great team in place and an exciting new season menu, Sarah won't have much time to celebrate as she turns her attention to the massive task ahead, a second restaurant.
It's very difficult to find a perfect business partner because you have to have the same philosophy, you have to have the same passion towards the guest, towards excellence. And with Sarah, over the last 2 years, we've seen that there's a lot of values that we respect and we commonly imbibe. And I think she adds a lot of value, especially now that she's understood the palate. But it takes a lot in a cutting-edge city like a Delhi or a Bombay to open an international level restaurant. So I would say Bombay is in a way a true test for her.
Oh, it's taken us 2 seasons to get to this point. And, it's a tough process, and it's really hard along the way. And, some days you wake up and just think, wow, is this ever going to get any easier? And being at the third season and, things are under control and running smoothly. And now the next step is to go to Mumbai and start from day one again. Yeah, restaurant number 2. To have to go back and forth is quite difficult because I'm basically living 2 lives. My time is slowly dwindling away. I'm already splitting my time between Melbourne and Goa, and now it's going to be between Mumbai as well, so 3 places. I feel really nervous. I've had butterflies since the day I found out.
Previously known as Bombay, Mumbai is big in all senses of the word. With a population of about 22 million, it's both India's financial capital and home to some of Asia's biggest slums. A high-energy city that operates 24 hours a day, Mumbai is also the home to India's premier restaurants and nightlife.
I've just come from Goa to Mumbai, and as you can see, it's pretty hectic here. It's such a different pace to Goa, and there's cars everywhere. There's so many noises. There's people everywhere. It's exciting but crazy at the same time, and I'm now on my way to the restaurant. Gas was meant to go in yesterday, but that's been delayed now, so hopefully that gets put in tonight and we can start training all the staff. In India, the market is definitely growing and wanting new things, and there's no wine bar in Mumbai like ours. I wanted to create a menu and break the boundary in India to say that yes, you can eat Indian food with wine.
The new restaurant, aptly titled The Wine Rack, is focused on matching quality wines with a modern international menu.
Vakil!
Good.
Good to see you again. Number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, crazy. Emmanuel. Hi.
Hi. How are you, Sarah?
Good, how are you?
How does the place look?
Oh man, it looks incredible, but it still looks a long way off.
But yeah, I think we can pull it off.
Yeah. We're located in Phoenix Mills. It's a shopping centre, basically. It's great because there's a lot of footfall and, a lot of passers-by, but at the same time, there's definitely going to be a high standard. There's a lot of really good quality restaurants in the vicinity, so to stand out above those is going to be difficult.
Unlike Antares, the Wine Rack is a smaller, more intimate space with a contemporary industrial design. While Sarah has been busy launching the new menu at Antares, her business partners have been frantically overseeing the fit-out in order to open in time for a big media launch.
Emmanuel is the executive chef here, so he'll be taking control of everything because, I'll be spreading my time between Antares and here, so I needed a really strong chef to take control and take lead of all this staff. He's definitely got a great palate to create really delicious dishes, so I feel really lucky to have found such a strong chef to be working with.
I absolutely love food. As you can see from my size, that's all I do. I love cooking, I love eating, love the concept of wine and food being paired together. Wine is an emerging market in the country and people are realizing the beauty of a wine paired with lovely food.
Are the chefs here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go and meet them.
You want to meet the team?
Yeah. It's such a huge rush to be creating another project and restaurant like this, and this is the exciting time, you're building and creating something amazing, but at the same time I still have all those same nerves that I had the first time we opened Antares, because everything looks a long way from being finished, so you just wonder if we're going to be able to do it.
So this is our playground.
Hi. How are you? You can see by the team how excited everyone is to get started, and massively passionate cooks here. So I'm kind of getting goosebumps because we are creating something really big here, and we're trying to deliver a great menu, and I feel like we have a really good team behind us, and I just love meeting all these happy faces that are just ready to get started and get cooking. We're glad to have you all on board, and we're not far off opening up, so we'll be able to get cooking. Basically, the building is an old cotton mill. In the wine rack, I really wanted to keep that aesthetic, so it's got a bit of a mill kind of feel, but we've kind of polished it up a little bit. It feels cozy and it feels like you're kind of walking into a little bit of a cellar. I'm having really mixed emotions at the moment because the gas was meant to go in on Saturday and it's now Monday, so we're a couple of days behind on that. We really need to fire the kitchen and, you know, train all the staff because only him and I know what we're cooking, so we can't do it all.
With over 22 million people calling Mumbai home, there is no shortage of local eateries to find new flavours that can be adapted for the new menu.
The restaurant is a long way from being ready, so I thought I'd head out and start to explore Mumbai a little bit, try out some street food places. So can't wait to eat some tasty food. I've really tried to work with the menu in a way that really appeals to the local palate as well. My goal is to actually explore Mumbai and take influences from all the surrounding areas there. So we're going to put a Mumbai street food section that is my take on Mumbai street food. Aap kaise ho? Can I get the chicken tandoori? One? Egg. Yeah. Shukriya. This place is on such a crazy street. It's so busy. It's just opened up and I can smell all the flavours from the tandoori chicken already, and I'm excited to taste it. Given me a big bowl of chutney as well and chili jam. It's going to be spicy. I think I'll be crying by the end of it. Oh. Wow. It's got so much flavour. And the chicken's so juicy and tender. Definitely a punch of strong flavour, but it's absolutely delicious. This is one of the reasons why I love India. It's so chaotic, it's so diverse, yet so humble at the same time. You know, I'm just sitting here on this crazy, busy street, and they've made me feel so welcome, feeding me this amazing food. I love it. One kilometre takes 25 minutes.
Inspired by Mumbai's local flavours, Sarah is anxious to get cooking. The restaurant kitchen is far from ready, so it's back to her small apartment to trial recipes.
There's nothing quite like just getting out into the street and trying some delicious tandoori cooked food. There's just so much flavour that's added to it when you're cooking over the coals and the meats have been marinated for a really long time, and just eating on the street with all that noise and the craziness around you, you can't help but feel inspired. The ultimate would be just to be cooking in the kitchen right now and getting familiar with the kitchen setup and training the staff and doing everything at once, but I can't get into the kitchen. It's just not ready at the moment, and I just don't want to be starting on the back foot, and I feel like, you know, I want to be still cooking, trialing dishes and perfecting them. It's probably too small of a space to get all the boys into the kitchen and start training here, but I just want to, you know, keep moving forward. I'm making chili barbecue prawns with a pickled cucumber and aioli, and I want to put this on the wine rack menu. I just want to perfect a few things, and in at the kitchen we've got a tandoor, so I want to cook this one in the tandoor when we finally get in there. So I'm adding in some garlic powder and a little bit of chili powder because I've learnt along the way that you always need more flavour and more spice wherever possible. So I'm going to add in a little bit of salt as well, and then I'm going to marinate my prawns. Kick. It's going to be a spicy midnight snack. Pop in the prawns to marinate. So I'm just tossing them around, and I'm just going to leave that aside while I pickle my cucumbers. My nose is already running a little bit from that spice. Even after all of these years in India, it still gets me. I just need to make the pickling liquid now, so vinegar and sugar. So you want quite a lot of vinegar to coat all of the cucumber, and sugar as well. So heat that up until the sugar dissolves, and then pop the cucumbers straight into the liquid. It's equal parts sugar and vinegar, so if it's 100 ml vinegar, 100 grams of sugar. Give that a quick stir, and you can leave it to the side now to come to room temperature. Meanwhile, I'm going to cook off my prawns, my spicy prawns. Chili. So I've got a super hot pan. I just want to cook the prawns really quickly and plate them straight up. I wanted to do a dish using prawns because there's a lot of seafood available in Mumbai, being right on the coast, and the flavour with that spice and the pickled cucumber kind of softens it a little bit. So I feel like it's kind of perfect for the wine rack. It's a little bit spicy, tangy from the pickled cucumber. I actually think this is going to be a winner at the restaurant. It's delicious. Landing in Mumbai and seeing the restaurant just made it sink in a little bit, and wow, I'm doing this a second restaurant in India. I'm always pinching myself because it just seems surreal. It's well past midnight right now, and gas is meant to be going in, but you just never know, and you can start to feel really frustrated. But I've realised the best way for me to work through this is to just keep exploring and just keep trialling the dishes. So one way or another, we're moving forward. I was planning to get into the kitchen today and start cooking and training the staff and just, getting everyone used to working together, but it was a bit of a shock walking into the restaurant yesterday and seeing how much of a construction site it was. It's really been delayed. We're about 3 days behind schedule, and the gas is only just going in today, hopefully. So I can't get into the kitchen today, and I've decided to spend the day heading out to a beautiful winery. It's about 5 hours outside of Mumbai, and it's Fratelli Wines. They have some beautiful Indian wines, and I'm going to be sampling some today. I'm going to be cooking there. The restaurant is hugely based around wine, so it's really important that we pick some amazing wines and, showcase the best of not only what there is worldwide, but also what's available here in India. So today's going to be a really great day to see what India has to offer. Stopping off on the way to grab some produce. I love doing this whenever I can because, you find new things and new ingredients, and you kind of get inspired to cook different things when you're traveling around. Ab kaise ho? What is this one? Kaja. It's sweet. Yeah, I'll get one. Oh, yum. That was really good. This is bolisha. It's the first time I've ever seen it. It's a sweet kind of pastry, so it's flaky and it's like kind of crispy, but it's been soaked in a sugar syrup, so it's a little bit sweet as well. It's the perfect afternoon snack. I think I'll be trying this with tea every afternoon. Can't hear. Fratelli's run by an Aussie, so it's going to be an exciting day. We're going to have a cook-up on the barbecue, as Aussies do, and taste some beautiful wines. And, you know, as frustrating it is to not be in the restaurant, I'm pretty excited about today.
While traditionally whiskey and rum have dominated the beverage market in India, rapid urbanisation, rising disposable incomes, and the world's largest youth population have led to a growing demand of local and imported wines. One man who's taking advantage of this growing market is Craig Wedge.
After that drive, I know what it's like.
Oh, nice.
Happy days. Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome to 300 acres of vineyard.
Yeah. I know, I feel pretty relaxed actually already.
You know what it's like. Being an Aussie living in somewhere like India is, it never stops. It never shuts off. But every once in a while, it's good to shut off. And so coming out here is great because, as you saw on your journey, I mean, there's nothing around here.
I know, it's so
There's
beautiful.
nothing.
Yeah.
The moment you get here, you shut down.
It's so
and
nice.
That's the good thing about it.
You know, it actually gives me the same sort of feeling as I get when I'm in Goa. You know, being in Mumbai now, it's so hectic and just such a different pace to anything I'm used to.
To get things done and to get projects completed is a challenge.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a good challenge, I suppose, because I think it heightens and refines your communication skills. Today I drew pictures in the sand for a guy to say what I want, but I get it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But the wonderful thing I like, there's always a smile.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most wonderful thing about India is that. And also, you know, 200,000 litres of Fratelli wine sitting in the tanks in there. So it's just, that makes it easy.
I know, just a wine, just to chill at the end of the day.
Yeah, and here we are in the middle of the day.
I know. That's what happens when you get two Aussies together.
Exactly right.
Cheers.
We're never going to get anything done. Around about 30 years ago became the birth of modern Indian wine making and Indian viticulture. So that's really the exciting thing about Indian wine. It's come from nowhere, but it's going somewhere very, very quickly.
We are making our own protocols. We are creating something new. To be very frank, Indian culture is to get drunk and not to enjoy what you're doing. The wine is a part of the culture where you enjoy with the food. So till now, we didn't have anything to enjoy with food except water. So it will take time for this to induce in the people or induce in the masses and classes. Like, okay, you can have wine with food. It will take time, but it will come.
This is what we call our matcha, and what it is it sits on top of this beautiful little hill amongst 150 acres of vineyards. I built a barbecue as part of the renovations of this little matcha, and it was just appropriate that Sarah was coming and haven't used it. It needed to be christened, so we thought respectfully we'd do a small puja. So we had some of the local Akluj boys here kind of assist us with that. We cracked the coconut. Sarah's in there slicing up the rabbit, and we're about to put that on the new and blessed barbecue. So, anticipation. Can't wait.
I mean, look around. Look where I am. This place is incredible. The air is so clean. There's a beautiful breeze. I think if I was standing at the restaurant today, stressing out about the fact that the gas hasn't gone in yet, I'd be pretty frustrated. So it's actually a nice kind of getaway to take my mind off it and to focus on different areas because this is important as well. We've got freshly caught rabbit, and I've got a bunch of kind of sweeter spices, a little bit of chili, garlic ginger paste, and I'm going to make a little marinade for the rabbit with a bit of mustard oil. So cinnamon cloves, a little bit of chili, a little bit of cumin, asafoetida, a bunch of salt in there. It's definitely a little bit windy, but at least we get the barbecue going. So I've got garlic ginger paste here and mustard oil.
Wow, already you can just smell those spices. That's crazy. Because this is straight from the countryside today, it's going to be a lot easier to cook and eat, no?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really delicious, and the flavour, is from what the rabbit is eating and, how it's living. And it's free range, and it's got this beautiful soil all around it. It's eating sugarcane and, probably all the old grapes as well.
No, not yet. They haven't worked that out yet, so that's the good thing.
I'll put a little bit of buttered chili marinade on the corn and pop that on the grill as well. Make it taste good, and then you won't crave for anything. In India, everyone loves to cook in a tandoor, so for us, it's on a barbecue. It's the same kind of flavour profile that the Indian palate is used to.
And you just keep it simple.
Yeah. The entire restaurant, I want it to be easy to eat. It's drinking wine. I want people to stay for a long time, so I want small dishes. They're easy for people to share, order lots of different things, and try lots of different flavours.
Oh, wow. Absolutely delicious.
Well, pleasure to meet you
Likewise.
all the way out here.
Go
amazing.
figure. In the middle of nowhere.
This is what I live for. When you're a chef, all you want is fresh, good quality produce, and that's what we had today. And these are the days that make me realise I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing. Tomorrow, straight back into it, and please, when I answer my phone, hopefully the gas is in and we can get into the kitchen as soon as possible.
After an inspiring evening of food and wine, Sarah is up early, ready to get into the restaurant kitchen and make up for lost time. But news from the restaurant is not good. The gas supply is still not connected, and the kitchen will remain dormant another day.
Still so frustrating. I just want to get in the kitchen. There's all this equipment there, a full kitchen team, floor staff, everyone's there ready to go, but because of this one little thing, we just can't get cooking. And, it's getting close to opening time again, and I just don't want to be in the same situation as last time. And, training staff on the day of opening is just insane. So I just really hope that it gets in really quickly. In Mumbai, it's not forgiving, so if the menu's not amazing, then this can be really detrimental to the brand. So, I just really want to get in the kitchen.